Hi there, this is Aimée Darling, Independent Emerald Ambassador of Plexus Worldwide, and I want to give you some information today to help kind of lend some thought and also help you to start looking up some more information for your health journey as you think about what do you eat on a day-to-day basis. We have this amazing tool that's helping your blood sugar to maintain healthy levels in Slim, and we're working on gut health and inflammation. However, if you are putting in your mouth and your body a whole bunch of things that are knocking the blood sugar off or causing more inflammation or just really tearing up your gastrointestinal tract, your health journey won't move forward in a positive way. No matter what your goal is, from weight loss to better whatever to enhanced performance and athleticism, it won't improve. What you put in your mouth, you cannot outrun. You cannot outrun your fork. And so those 3 feet, right? Very important. So Plexus Worldwide is not claiming to cure anything. Neither am I. I'm not going to create any kind of expectations, but I am going to make you think today about what you're putting in your mouth. So my name is Aimée Darling, and I'm an Independent Emerald Ambassador of Plexus Worldwide. Prior to Plexus, I was a master nutrition therapist, and I taught classes nationwide on the subjects of inflammation, gut health, and then also athleticism and blood sugar balance. So couple quick thoughts today for you to think about. Yes, Plexus is an amazing tool. Yes, it's going to help your body, but you have to do your part. That means you're eating breakfast. That means you're eating consistently. That means you're eating whole foods, not packaged foods. And that means that you're committed to helping your body to improve over the long haul, not just 30 days, not 60 days. And so you want to start making changes that are long-term sustainable. And you want to look at a couple key things. Your body is regulated by hormones. And as your body is regulated, it will, it basically has the ability to store fat, right? So that's what most people are trying to get rid of, that extra fat layer. And even if you're a lifter and you're really working on your muscle tone, you still have that fat layer. Fat's important. You need to be eating whole, real fat, right? Nuts and seeds and avocados, but not too much of them, but definitely part of your diet. You need fat. It keeps you warm. It keeps your joints all fluid. Everything is really important. Okay, when you think about what you're eating, you want to spend the time to pre-plan what you're eating. You are an amazing, amazing machine. If you don't care enough to spend the time to learn some new things, attack one meal a day, right? Improve your breakfast, improve your snacking, improve your lunch, improve your dinner. Watch your portion control. If you're eating so fast that your body doesn't have a chance for the receptors in your stomach to then turn around and tell stomach to brain, I've had enough, then your body will keep going. One key thing to bring up to make you think about today: leptin. So you hear me often talk about sugar, and sugar is finally coming to light that there's so much added sugar in our diets. And then when we think about drinking all this soda, you know, all these sports drinks that are full of garbage, on one side of the thought is that you're maybe reducing calories with all these different drinks and foods that are maybe diet related. But on the other side, what is that doing to the health and wellness of your body? Your body only knows how to work with whole things. And leptin is basically the hormone that's related to the metabolism. It's like the gatekeeper for metabolism. When you drink a soda, it has high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup bypasses the body's ability to know that it's had enough to eat, and you'll keep going. So you want to think about soda. Look that up. You can get some more nitty-gritty on that for those of you that like to know the specifics. Now, the other thing to think about with leptin is sugar turns off the leptin response. So when you're eating a wonderful smoothie, right? But you've got strawberries and you have bananas and then you have pineapple. It tastes great. It's full of sugar. It's lighting up the brain. It's just addictive. It's feeding imbalances in all the yeasts in your body. It's causing you to go up, go down. And then the leptin doesn't really, it turns off. So it doesn't tell your brain, hey, I've had enough. So you have to pay attention, eat more slowly, look for whole foods. So you don't want to be getting up in the morning, drinking your Slim, and then having the smoothie that's full of all these sugars. It'll take about 21 days for your mouth to figure out that it'll taste things differently. So slowly, right? If you're used to 3 fruits in the morning, then go down to 2. If you're used to 2, then great. If you never eat fruit in your smoothie and you're all about the vegetables because you're a dirt and worm kind of person like I am, fine. But you want to look at how can you keep your blood sugar regulated. Sports bars, sports drinks, they're full of added sugar. You want to stick to whole foods. Think apple, applesauce, apple juice. You want to eat the apple more than the applesauce, more than the apple juice. Because when something is all ground up, there's also often added sugars The ground up food is easier to process. The process of you chewing, releasing enzymes, swallowing, working with the leptin response, your receptors in your stomach, knowing you've had enough to eat, paying attention to what's going on around you, engaging with others, not watching TV, not being on a phone, all of those things come into play. Now, the last thing is juice. Please don't be putting juice in your smoothie. Are you kidding me? That's pure sugar. You're in children, they're mainlining sugar. So start looking for alternative ways to eat more whole foods like they were created in that whole manner, okay? So the leptin response, super important. We don't want to be cutting off the body's ability to know that it's had enough sugar. Start engaging with your community around you that will teach you better ways to eat a better breakfast, where there isn't added junk, there isn't a bunch of processing, and there aren't food additives that are basically like embalming, and you're eating that. So even when you go out to eat and maybe you're eating something that would be egg related and a little sandwich, it's not the same as if you made it at home where you get to control what's in it. So I would encourage you, and I would also challenge you to start looking at better regulation of your hormones. It's related to stress. It's related to lifting weights, it's related to sleep, and it's also highly related to what you put in your mouth. So start becoming aware. This week, start thinking about what is it you're putting into that smoothie? What is it that you're having for lunch? Are you getting enough of those quality fats? Are you getting enough fiber? Is the majority of your diet plant-based? Yes, you can be eating meat, but are you looking for ways to reduce the inflammation, reduce the sugar? Yes, the fiber makes a difference, but it's super important to start looking at how much fruit are you eating. So start thinking about that. Pass that along to some others. And as far as following specific diets and what should you follow, you know, every person's body is made very different. If it works really well for you to eat a gluten-free diet, then eat a gluten-free diet. If it works well for you to, you know, eat a raw foods diet, then eat a raw foods diet. But don't bounce from thing to thing. Whole, real, consistent, the least amount of added junk. Spend the time to do some planning.